What's going on, guys? I am Chad from Crossbreed Holsters, and today I want to talk to you about appendix carry. So appendix carry is a great option for a lot of people. With appendix carry, you're carrying a holster in the front of your body inside the pant. So a lot of people can kind of shift it off to the side here. Most people I see, though, are carrying it right here in the center behind their belt buckle. So to fill you in on a quick sort of pros and cons list about appendix carry. So first up on the pros, it is a very comfortable way to carry, at least while you're up and moving around. And second, maybe the most important part is how clean, efficient, and fast the draw can be. And I would say third on the pros list is how protectable it is right here. So when it's in front of your body, it's a very easy area to protect. You know, if you're running around or whatever, like you never have to worry about where your firearm is, if it's in the holster, out of the holster. You know, if you happen to be in a critical situation and you're in a hand-to-hand combat, like this is somewhere that you can easily protect your firearm where someone can't come up and take it from you. So that's a big thing. And for me personally, I like just being able to look down and see whether I'm printing or not. Honestly, one of my favorite parts about appendix carry is how much peace of mind you have going into it. Now, let's talk a little bit about the con side. Number one is it can be a very uncomfortable, especially at first when you sit down, because as you sit down, that firearm can be in the crease of your hips. And then the second con, and probably the most common thing you hear, is that when you do sit down, that firearm is now pointed at you, which goes against everything we learn about firearms. So the two things I would say to both of those cons. First is the comfort thing. Probably the best way to get around that, just hike your pants up a little bit higher than you normally would as you sit down, letting that firearm sit almost against your stomach above your hip line. That way you're not fighting the position of the gun. And then as far as the firearm being pointed at you, it's a hard thing to get past, but I would say the best remedy for that is having a good holster, right? In today's firearms and modern firearms, they're not going to go off unless a trigger is pulled. And as long as you have a good holster, something that covers the trigger guard entirely, that really kind of locks it in place, a hard trigger guard like a Kydex material, you know nothing's getting in that trigger guard. And if nothing's getting in that trigger guard, the trigger can't be pressed and therefore the gun cannot go off. So having a good holster is kind of the best peace of mind for that con. Now finally, if you decide appendix is the right setup for you, we have a lot of options at Crossbreed Holsters that allow you to carry appendix carry. You can check all those out on our website, but honestly, probably my favorite two is first the Reckoning holster. I love the Reckoning because it has a leather backer and a Kydex shell. So that Kydex shell is protecting the firearm, it's locking in that trigger guard so you're never worried about it, it's ensuring that you have a clean, crisp, and consistent draw every time. But the leather backer is also keeping it comfortable against your body. You know, the leather against your body as you move around kind of form fits to you, kind of bends with you a little bit, and over time it really kind of takes shape and just molds to your body. It's a very, very comfortable design. And then my other favorite option is the Rogue holster. Now the Rogue holster is the Crossbreed's all Kydex setup. I really like the Kydex because it's very light. You kind of forget that it's there. It's very, very consistent because it's molded specifically to the gun. So it holds its shape entirely. So as you're practicing dry fires, reholstering or whatever, it's the same thing every single time. If you're at the range, practicing drills, it's a very, very consistent experience. I like both of those options for appendix carry as well because they have two clips. Two clips means that you have 2 points of contact on your belt and the holster never kind of shifts right or left as you draw or holster or move around. So it's something, again, that you find yourself being very efficient and consistent with that draw. Now, one thing I would really highly recommend is a claw on your holster. A claw is something that attaches onto the holster and sits under your belt. So if you can imagine a gun being holstered in the appendix position, the grip is generally the thing that's sticking out and causing prints on your clothing. So what a claw does is sits under your belt, and as you tighten that belt, it brings the holster and the grip of your firearm in closer to your body, which again just helps with the peace of mind being in public, making sure that you're not printing and feel good and comfortable about everything that you're wearing. So as I mentioned, we have tons of different options for appendix carry on the website. Be sure to check those out. The Reckoning holster I mentioned comes in at $75 for the holster itself, or $95 for the Reckoning system, which includes an additional mag carrier attached to the holster. And then same thing with the Rogue holster. You're at $80 for the Rogue holster or $100 for the additional mag carrier system. Of course, all of our holsters do come with a 2-week try-it-free guarantee and a lifetime warranty. So if this all sounds like something that you might be interested in, check out crossbreedholsters.com. Check out all the different options we have available for you. Reach out if you have any questions and we'd be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.